My Little Pony, Equestria Girls. This movie is so amazing. It is so good, it deserves every single Oscar. No, it just deserves all the awards. Everything, even the ones that don't exist. And you know what? Just for good measure, they might as well throw in the Nobel Peace Prize, right? I wish. Okay. This movie is nowhere near that excellent. But it's still a great movie. At least a lot better than we thought it was going to be. It is a high-quality, okay movie. So, let's talk about it. First, let's get the positive stuff out of the way. First, the visuals. The visuals are what we would expect them to be. They're good. They're made by the same people that go through and animate My Little Pony, DHX Media. And so, of course, you have the animation and art style still there. It looks like the show, Friendship is Magic, but it's just not. Some parts of the animation are better because they had more time and money to spend on it. Everything visually is intact and good. And the same goes for the voice acting and overall sound work and music. Music is a little bit higher quality than what you would expect from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, but not really as memorable. It's no winter wrap-up. Let me just say that. It's no winter wrap-up, but it's still high-quality music, and it makes some good music set pieces. The movie had more of a grander scope than what the TV show would typically encompass. Higher quality shots at some points, more detail into set design, which is great. I mean, it's always good to have that extra layer in there. And the movie does provide on that, because, again, more time, more money. And Equestria Girls does a good job of putting in background characters that we'd see from Friendship is Magic into the actual, into the new human dimension. And it even goes and builds, kind of a new setup for some of the characters, like the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Well, these people are humans. They don't have logos on their butts anymore. You see them going through and following other things. They're not going through and looking for their cutie mark. They're trying to make a popular video on the internet. It's good seeing that they're just not flat, one-dimensional characters that are just, in the background. They still have their own subplot going on, and they're still going through and reaching goals, which makes things a lot more lively. I think one of the most important things to say about Equestria Girls is that it still feels like My Little Pony that we know and love. It still feels like that. It still, again, has the same art direction and all that. It still feels natural. The art design and theming is still there, the color palette is still there, and it feels a lot like Friendship is Magic. And that's really great. And another thing is that the plot, it tries. It's, I wouldn't really call it an amazing 5-star plot, but it is definitely good. But the problem is, now we're getting into the negatives. Here are the negatives. It's still not that good at all when it comes to some aspects, and it really feels very rushed at some points. The writers glossing over some areas or making the characters like Fluttershy or Rainbow Dash or Rarity too easy to accept things. So that part I do not like so much because it kind of breaks the characters a little bit, and as well is just not. You could notice it. You could notice that there was a crunch there, and it's very jarring at some points. And as well, not everything makes so much sense, again, through time constraints, I'm guessing, or some really, really terrible ideas. But some things just don't really match up too well, or don't make so much sense in the theme of everything. But probably the biggest and worst part of the plot is the final act, especially the climax. I was like, what? What is going on here? This is very weird. They kind of break the visual aspect of the movie, and it's just stupid, and then things come in, and it's not. It seems like someone threw it together at the last final minutes. Like, we gotta put something in here. Yeah, this is what we give you. I would not give that plot any awards. And as well, the Twilight boyfriend-girlfriend thing falls on its face. It was very one-dimensional. It's like, oh, it's one of these things, And the movie could go without it. Twilight doesn't have any crushes on people in the pony world, but when she goes into the human world, she's all of a sudden all lovey-dovey and gooey-eyed. The movie could go without it, but it would be a lot better if they actually worked on the plot a bit more. Another thing is, why is everyone in high school? I'm sorry if I'm breaking anything, but why is photo finish and the Cutie Mark Crusaders. People from completely different age groups in high school. The photo finish is an adult. The CMCs, they are children that are basically still in elementary school. And then you have Twilight. Why are they all in high school? I mean, they call the place a high school. They call where the major setting is called a high school multiple times. Why are they all there? I think they could have worked on that a little bit more. At least that's not a high school, give it like more of an explanation, because it would make more sense. But the fact that it's branded as a high school and so many people that aren't in that age group are there, I find it kind of weird. But overall, the movie was good. Again, it's a great movie. I really enjoyed it. But I think one of the reasons why I liked it so much is because I went in with my expectations so low. And that's not really the best way to make a movie good. But if that's how they do it, I guess that's how they do it. Now here are some other things to say. One, Hasbro, I'm pretty sure they confirmed that the love interests and the main antagonist will not be appearing in Season 4. Well, again, good movie. I would rate it a solid, like, 7.5 to an 8. It would be, if it appears in Redbox, rent it. It will be a definite rent. And yeah, Season 4 is on the way. So, Season 4 is confirmed and all that. So yeah, more videos then. It makes me happy knowing Season 4 is coming out, because that means more TV episodes, and then more brony community stuff coming out of that, more stuff to review and talk about. It's a great, great cycle, isn't it?